Hey guys, it's William here. Just a quick video about Wave SoundGrid, and I want to talk about latency, on how to get the lowest latency option possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is on the SoundGrid Studio setup, and here on the server I'm going to click this small arrow here, and be sure that the server network buffer is as low as possible. For me, this works perfectly because I'm using a gigabit router, and there's no cracks and pops and stuff like that. Now I'll go to this SG Connect and be sure that the driver network buffer is also as low as possible. And then I go to the SG driver and also be sure that the the driver network buffer is as low as possible. I think they both share the same settings, but just in case, check both. Then you check the ASIO to be sure that's the lowest possible that works for you. For me, the 2 milliseconds works great. I don't get any clicks and pops and stuff like that. So, okay, now I want to patch on the mixer, because I don't want to use the mixer for everything. I want to use the Studio One mixer, but I want to patch it up in a way that I can have at least one channel for direct auditing of Wave plugins. So I'm going to go to the patch option here. So on the input, I'm going to add, so it's going to be the digital ASIO. You can see that channel 1 and 2 are set to mono, so you have to double click the mono on channel 1, then on channel 2 again. Now you can select and have the ASIO driver going to all the left and right for the 2 channels that I want to use. So I just want to use channel 1 and 2. The other ones I'm not going to be using. So this is the input. Now I have to check the output on the mix bus. And now this time I have to send it to my ASIO output. So I just select the main. So now the main is going to my ASIO output. So it's just those 2 things. The input to my ASIO driver, and then the output to my card output, sound card output. And the device to device you leave blank. You don't use it anymore. Internal you don't mess. Just leave it like that. So now I have see here that I assigned the 2 outputs. So channel 1 and channel 2. So if I go to Studio One now, I have my Wave SoundGrid set up. You can see that showing 2 milliseconds output latency. If I click on Control Panel, it's going to open the SoundGrid Studio Control Panel. And on the processing, I have to select Enable Low Latency Monitoring for Instruments. So now when I create a new project, it's best to do the settings I'm going to show now, and then have this as a template. I'm going to open my console here with F3, and then I'm going to I/O, and on the outputs I'm going to add another stereo I/O, and I can rename if I want. So I want to put this as SoundGrid channel 2. So let me turn my MIDI keyboard on. Okay, it's showing here on below. That's the MIDI information. Then if I add an instrument now, okay, it's working. And let's see, there's no sound because I can't capture the ASIO sound without having to patch some cables and stuff. And I don't have the proper cables at hand. But you can see that the main output for the mixer here. So the mixer is sending, where does it show again? Here. It's sending to Emo's channel 1, which goes to the mixer channel 1, and it's going in stereo. Okay, that's great. Now, if I want this to go to channel 2, I can select in here instead of main, SoundGrid channel 2. Then it's going to go to channel 2, where I can add some effects if I want. So let's see, I want to add some reverb. So there we go. Now I'm auditing with the reverb at the lowest latency possible. Because yes, I can just go here, insert the studio rack. But what's going to happen is going to add a bit of latency. And as soon as I audition again the channel, Studio One is going to bypass the effect. So I don't hear the effect anymore. So it's just one way to do it from here. Then later just go here and just remove the plugin if you want. So it's just one way to work. And then you get the lowest latency option this way. So that's just how I'm using right now. If there's any other way and anyone knows, just let me know. Or if I learn a better way, I'll let you guys know. And of course, you can also use the mixer for everything, but the thing is, for playback and mixing, there's not much difference, because there is delay compensation from the plugins. So Studio One does a great job on that. But if you want to audition instruments with effects, that's the best way to do it. Otherwise, you just can turn off the studio rack if it's still running. Because if I add it now, let's say let's add the studio rack now. Since I'm already auditing the track, takes a few seconds to start working. Okay, it's working. So if I pay attention to the audio, there is a small delay added, because this is going from the network to the SoundGrid server and back. Even without any effects, it's routing. I don't know why it does that like that, but anyway, it's doing that. So it's adding a bit of a latency. But as soon as audition off and on again, it bypasses the effect. It's just the way Studio works. It's trying to copy and create an instance of it, and in the way it's just bypassing it. Or you can just turn it off. Then you have the lowest latency option, and it works great too. And it's still going to channel 2, so let me put back to the main bus here, and goes to channel 1. So I think that's it. Just wanted to show you that, and it works, and it's a great option. So okay, thanks for watching.